Well, howdy people, and welcome back to Toys equals MC squared. No, I'm just kidding. Toys equals midlife crisis squared. My God, it's so complicated even I can't even say it. So what is up with that? Anyway, as you see before you, I have finally acquired David L. Bazooka Katzenbergen. Or just as everyone else knows him, Bazooka, in his Tiger Force outfit. Now, again, this is another one of those weren't going to get it. And in fact, I found it very difficult. I actually didn't think I was going to get him. I couldn't find him anywhere online to order him. But then magically he shows up on Target.com. So I went ahead and pre-ordered, but you know how that is. So I was not expecting it. Decided to take a quick stroll after dropping my daughter off to school and just drop by Target and see what's up. And there was one. And when I say there was one, it was hidden. Somebody did not want other people to buy this, so they hid it behind a whole bunch of other toys. But they don't know how we will go through them and find if there's anything misplaced. Because, you know what? I found it. So sorry for you, buddy, but I found it. Anyway. So, what you get is that it is number 54 in the series. And you get a bunch of stats that nobody really wants to know anything about. And a bunch of other information that makes no sense. But, now I will say this. I've seen a lot of people cut these images out and paste them onto 1/12 scale monitors and use them as backdrop fodder. And you know what? That's pretty darn genius. So it's probably something I might do myself. Now I kind of dig this artwork, so to speak. It's kind of it looks like it's painted, but it's all digital. I've been blowing stuff up. And my version is, let's see here, C3252A. That's the new hub that has been making Joes. And for the most part, they've done exquisitely in terms of paint apps, but are incredibly suckworthy where it comes to joints. But thus far, in many of the reviews I've seen, there have been no joint issues with this particular figure. So let's hope it stays that way. So let us free Mr. Katzenbergen from his prison. Yes. All right, on with the show. We are going to do the slicey wicey. Indeed, we are. And let's see if we're doing it on film here. Hoi! Okay, and oh look, it's a bunch of paper I don't like. Okay, spilling out the contents. Okay, we will now say goodbye to. Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, hey, they put it upside down, but no, they didn't. They sure didn't. Okay, well, as I like to do, accessories first. Oh my God. Okay, hat. Oh my God. That's one missile to the floor. Come on out, buddy. Good Lord. Good Lord. Is it really that good? Yes, I'd like to think so. Ow, I just stepped on the missile. Give me a moment. I have recovered the missile from the floor. Right out of the package. I'm just going to lean him up against the wall because I'm going to straighten out his accessories. All right, and these are his accessories. Slightly sparse, but accessories nonetheless. And so you get his bazooka, tail end of said bazooka, back of pack, 4 missiles, and a helmet. Because, yeah, of course, his iconic helmet. But we're going to add to his accessories here just a little later. Okay, now just taking a quick Pekosaurus Rex. The backpack, extremely well detailed in my opinion. I almost feel like they spend more time making these or building these out and getting them all nice and cool looking than they do the figures in some cases. But really well done, highly detailed. There are of course holes that you can put the missiles in. Speaking of the missiles, see if this shows up. Come on, broski. There you go. Just I think it's, I don't know, might be too close. All right, I think I got it. So it's got a little point where you hit and then it makes the explosion. Get 4 of those lovely guys. The helmet. Now in the helmet, it looked like, I don't know, like that, I haven't looked at it in great detail light obviously yet. But it looked like it had, like, I don't know, paint on it, like it's dirty. Is it just me? I'm trying to look at it in a brighter light. I think it might be just me. There might be a hint of some darker color underneath that red so that the red doesn't completely shine through and therefore you get kind of a rustic look to it. Even if that's the case, it's a well done, well executed. And the bazooka. So you know what? I'm going to get my portable little light here because maybe that's what is needed. Okay, is that not going to focus there, buddy? Come on. So this is the bazooka for bazooka. And it's a very interesting design. I'm obviously not a bazooka freak, so I don't know how accurate this bazooka is in real life, but it's pretty detailed. It's got a paint app. I'm guessing those are padding so that if you've got it tucked under your arm, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it, in case it wiggles back and forth and smack you in the back of the head or something. Of course, it's got a nice hole. We're talking about holes again. Dusty! No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to copy that guy. Anyway, yeah, the spoofing the elite legend there. Yeah, you're going to be talking about holes. Anyway, so that is the weapon. Now, this thing is some kind of a, I don't know, back piece that you have to put. Come on now. I'm trying to get you focused. What's the problem? Focus. It's far enough away. Don't even give me that. So it connects to the back of the bazooka itself, probably to lock in a missile. But like I said, pretty darn sparse if you're asking me. So now I'm going to move on to looking at the figure. He got a nice figure. I dig it. Because all the Joes in the house see the muscle shake with vigor because it's bigger than the average muscle. Anyway, we'll see what's up. All right, now we are looking at Mr. Katzenborgen. So, somebody was saying that this was the way they could get around the licensing issue, because I forgot what NFL team this is based on of, but they had to reverse some of the colors in order to not be sued or not have to pay likeness rights. But I kind of get this weird Tom Selleck vibe from him somehow, you know, kind of like if Tom Selleck were even more buff. And he is a buff character, there's no question. Now he also has the same kind of torso that Serpentor had, which really affects, in my opinion, his ability to ab crunch. He can't really bend down too terribly far, and he can't really bend back too terribly far either with the chest. But I guess it does, you know, it does twist, if you want to break up that 14 nice and neat. You know, he can... even with a double jointed like neck thing he has here going on, he could look down kind of far and can't really look too far up. You know, I guess when you have that many muscles, you have some difficulties. Come on, focus. Come on, camera. Don't do this to me. Okay. Breaking my New Year's resolution on getting better with focus. Getting better with focus with your guest star, Brandon McKinney. Got this nice musculature. Now you might notice even on this that the joint muscles now are they've decided in order to save even more money, they're going to use a different and cheaper plastic for the joints, which again kind of pulls you out of the realism in my opinion. Man, stop it. Just stay focused where you at. Where you at? Where you at? There it is. There it is. Not much going on in the belt. It's like one little tiny paint app for his belt buckle. Almost kind of pointless to have a belt. It doesn't even do anything, really. It keeps my pants up. No, it doesn't, actually. Now, as far as the legs go, it's the same exact articulation as the old Gung Ho and Roadblock, because it's the same buck. Slightly different boots. And obviously has pins. The arms are pinless, but the legs do have the pins. As you can see, he's already got wonky feet. They don't really articulate very far. Well, of course, can't really do it in focus because stupid camera lens. So yeah, they don't move a whole hell of a lot. They're pretty much stuck where they. Look at that. That leg. Remember what I was talking about joint issues on this? That leg is about to come right out. If I can get it to focus. All right, see there's a gap right in there. I was moving the foot. That started to creep out like it was going to pop out on me. That's not good, and the joints are kind of stiff. He might need a bath. I don't know. Anyway, all things considered, pretty buff guy. I think he's a welcome addition. He does have butterfly joints, but they don't seem to. Well, maybe they do something. You could T-pose. Actually, can get pretty reasonable T-pose, man. You could string them up on a cross if you wanted to. Sweet. But yeah, I like the figure. Oh no, no more of these weird joint issues, please. But I do want to show one interesting thing. Another reviewer decided to accessorize his Bazooka in an interesting way, and I'm just going to give a quick explanation of that. Sorry, I got to adjust this mic. So I want to show real quick. Well, just hold on. All right, I'm just going to show real quick how you can load this guy. You can load him in, I guess, two different ways, the Bazooka. You can either go ahead and slip it in through the front, or you can plug it into the back. Plug it into the back! Dusty, no! This is a family channel! Oh my God, I'm not going to let that end, is he? He's going to come after me and be like, quit copying my material, make up your own material, dagnabbit. Well, anyway, so when you plug this thing back in the back, it locks the missile in place. So now it could only come out through the front. And of course, it won't. So, that's lots of luck there. Okay. So yeah, you put it in the back, it will not push all the way out to the front. So do keep that in mind. And even if you put it into the front, it still is going to poke out of the front just a tiny shredling, because it doesn't go. So clearly there's a piece of plastic back there that stops it. And I don't know how you're gonna. It still doesn't even want to pop out. Nope. Anyway, so I guess it's really just for looks, or you can just kind of pretend going, I'm gonna blow you up. Yeah, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm going to put his helmet on. I'm going to show you what it is that I wanted to accessorize on him, okay? Now, one thing I want you to notice, he does not have any form of straps. Doesn't come with straps. They didn't even illustrate straps. And so, therefore, I ask you, where does he hold his backpack? How does that really work? Okay, you just kind of dry stick it to the back of your jersey and voila, you can hold the contents of your bazooka when you're blasting around? No, and I get that in some ways that's just iconic to the figure, but yeah, there's no realistic way to be holding this backpack. And still no one's really figured out, I guess you could, these hooks on the bottom of the backpack, by the way, I think you just put these bars in there like that, and then it holds the bazooka. So that's really what those were about, but it's kind of useless in a way because he's got the strap, right? This strap. However, I'm gonna show you something kind of neat. Be right back. All right, we're back, and you might notice something a little different. He now has straps. They go all the way, and it can peg in just like it would or should normally, right? So now I can fit the backpack and make it look, a lot more realistic, so to speak. Get into that peg hole. Yeah, you'll be talking about peg holes. Dusty! No! I'm never going to give that up. Okay, so there you have it. Now, how did I achieve such glory? Well, let me tell you. I had to sacrifice the one of my Outbacks. So what I did was, he's got dual wielding shotguns here. So I kind of sacrificed the straps, kind of cut them off, and because I have two of these, so I've got the original still, one where he's using it. And this one is like, he's my desktop buddy. You know, he's there keeping me protected while I work. So I use this. This is the B version, so the A version's on the shelf. Anyway, used his, cut it so that it looks like it just straps in. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So, what do you think? Is it comparison time? Why not? All right, up for first comparison are the other Tiger Force buddies. You have Tiger Force Outback and Tiger Force Duke. Unfortunately, these are the only Tiger Force I have right now. Recondo is in limbo in the sense that I have him ordered from some eBay guy who set him up as a pre-order, and you guys, if you've been watching my videos, you know the stupid story. And I foolishly clicked buy now when he obviously didn't have it in hand, and this was months ago. And of course he's not responding to messages, so of course he ripped me off. So that Recondo's likely gone. And then I put one on pre-order at Target, and we'll see if that ever shows up. Anyway, so as you can see, Mr. Katzenbogen is taller than the other two guys, and obviously beefier, but really kind of a match in a ragtag bunch sort of way. Kind of dig it. Man, I didn't think I would like these Tiger Force line, but here I am liking it. Shame on me. Just shame on me. All right, now we're going up for the rest of Joe Beefcake and Cobra Beefcake here. We have the original release of GIJoe, who I've augmented quite severely. And you have Zikrakmaster. And as you could see, you know, you're going to have GIJoe being taller and a little buffer, despite, of course, having the exact same legs, but not exactly the same calves and feet. And it looks like Crocmaster has skipped leg day in favor of arm day and chest day. But still pretty beefy in comparison, but I get the feeling that Crocmaster might be a little more buff than Katzenberger, but I don't know. Katzenbogen. Oh. Now, this might be a slight unfair comparison, but the reason why I do it is because even though these Nika figures are supposed to be more or less in the 7-inch line, some of them are a little smaller. And so sometimes kind of sort of mesh into the 6-inch or 1/12 scale Joe. I mean, it's not too terribly far. I mean, yes, they're a little taller, but ultimately, can you really tell all that much? I mean, do we really know how tall Freddy Krueger is in comparison to his victims? Or Leatherface was kind of a big guy anyway, so, you know, you never know. You could have Bazooka being chased around by Leatherface and, you know, having some pretty toasty nightmares with Freddy Krueger. It can happen. Here in this comparison, I want to bring up Vala versus Sergeant Slaughter and show you that, again, it doesn't really match up to GIJoe in some respects. I mean, he's ripped, of course, but there's no way he's going to intimidate Bazooka there. It's just not. But it's still interesting either way. And then the combatants fight for glory, Vladia here, does kind of match in height. Maybe it's a good pair up. Maybe he dreams of large women. Now, when you say large women, no, Dusty, no! I'm terrible. All right. Well, I think that'll about wrap up my review of Bazooka. Yep, that's right. I finally got a chance to use that weird freebie effect that Action Super Stuff gave me with that weird looking bomb, but I think that looks pretty cool. So yeah, expect that to see that in the photography here in a moment. Okay. So thank you all again for putting up with my wackiness and silliness, and we will see you next time on your favorite channel. No, it's not your favorite channel. We all know it's not. So let's just put it to an end right there. No, Dusty! What are you doing? No!